At 1412, local time in the southern Red Sea, the Yemeni Houthis made a fatal mistake, launching a coordinated swarm attack with drones, anti-ship missiles, and speedboats against a U.S. Navy amphibious ship carrying over 1,800 Marines. Within minutes, the Houthis were completely annihilated. The United States responded with overwhelming lethal force. Operation Lightning Retribution had begun. Aboard the USS Boxer and the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group steaming nearby, the Marines and sailors reacted with cold, professional fury. In the troop bays and hangar decks, U.S. Marines from the 1st Marine Expeditionary Unit prepared for immediate combat. Each Marine tightened his plate carrier loaded with multiple 5.56mm magazines for M27 infantry automatic rifles, M4 carbines, M320 grenade launchers, and Javelin anti-armor missiles. Machine gun teams checked M240B and .50 caliber systems, while combat engineers loaded heavy rucksacks with breaching charges, satchel explosives, and thermite grenades. Navy corpsmen stocked trauma kits and tourniquets. Platoon leaders conducted rapid radio checks on encrypted MBITR headsets and synced live feeds from RQ-21 Blackjack drones already orbiting overhead. The mood was intense and focused. No one shouted. Every operator moved with purpose, knowing the Houthis had just attacked American Marines and would now pay the full price. At 1425, the counter-operation launched with devastating speed. Waves of MV-22 Ospreys and CH-53K King Stallions lifted off from the USS Boxer and other amphibious ships, carrying over 1,200 Marines toward the Houthi launch sites along the Yemeni coast. Fast RHIBs and LCACs, hovercraft loaded with additional assault elements, cut through the waves at maximum speed. Overhead, 24 F-35C Lightning II stealth fighters from the USS Abraham Lincoln launched in rapid succession, internal bays loaded with JDAMs, small-diameter bombs, and Hellfire missiles. EA-18G Growlers flooded the electromagnetic spectrum with heavy jamming, while E-2D Hawkeyes coordinated the entire battlefield from above. Virginia-class submarines repositioned silently to cut off any Houthi escape routes by sea. The formation closed on the target area in just 28 minutes. At 1453, the first Ospreys flared in low over the rugged Yemeni coastline, while RHIB teams stormed ashore near the Houthi staging bases. The moment Marine boots hit the ground, the fight exploded. Surviving Houthi fighters who had launched the earlier attack opened fire with PKM machine guns, RPGs, and small arms from camouflaged positions in the hills and coastal caves. Tracers whipped through the air as Marines returned fire with precise, overwhelming bursts. Fire teams maneuvered under smoke cover, while machine gun squads suppressed enemy positions with long, devastating streams of fire. From the sky, the F-35s delivered immediate justice. Viper Lead dropped the first wave of small-diameter bombs onto known Houthi drone launch pads and missile storage sites. Massive explosions ripped across the coastline as hidden weapons caches detonated in secondary blasts. Fireballs climbed hundreds of feet into the sky, turning afternoon daylight orange. Another flight of F-35s conducted precision strikes on Houthi command tents and radar vans, collapsing them instantly and cutting off enemy communications. When Houthi technical vehicles tried to flee inland, orbiting F-35s hunted them down with Hellfire missiles, leaving burning wreckage scattered across the desert. On the ground, the Marines pushed forward aggressively. One company assaulted the main Houthi speedboat base, where dozens of vessels that had participated in the ship attack were still tied up. Marines fast-roped from Ospreys directly onto the piers under heavy fire. Fierce close-quarters combat erupted as Houthi fighters emerged from bunkers with AKs blazing. Marines cleared building after building with flashbangs, grenades, and disciplined rifle fire. Combat engineers moved in behind the assault teams, planting demolition charges on every remaining speedboat, fuel depot, and anti-ship missile launcher. One by one, the vessels that had attacked the American ship erupted in flames and sank at the docks. Further inland, another Marine element fought through a network of caves and tunnels the Houthis used as drone control centers. The fighting was brutal and intimate, hallway clearing under night vision, grenades bouncing around corners, and short, sharp bursts of automatic fire. Marine snipers on overlooking ridges eliminated Houthi leaders attempting to coordinate a defense. When a large Houthi reinforcement column tried to reach the battlefield in pickup trucks mounted with heavy weapons, a single flight of F-35s destroyed the entire convoy in under 90 seconds with coordinated JDAM strikes. The operation reached its climax at the central Houthi command hub overlooking the Red Sea. Marine assault teams breached the reinforced entrance with shaped charges. Inside, desperate Houthi fighters made their final stand. The Marines overwhelmed them with superior training, firepower, and night vision. Once the command node was secured, demolition teams wired the entire facility with C4. As the Marines pulled back to extraction points, the command hub vanished in a thunderous series of explosions that sent a massive dust cloud rolling across the hills. Houthi resistance collapsed completely. Those who had survived the initial ship attack and attempted to regroup were systematically hunted down. By 1540, less than 90 minutes after the original attack on the U.S. ship, every Houthi combat element involved in the assault had been eliminated. The coastal bases that had launched drones and missiles against American forces were reduced to smoking ruins. Dozens of speedboats lay burning or sunk. Missile stockpiles and drone assembly workshops were destroyed. The Houthis who had dared attack U.S. Marines were gone. The Marines began their orderly exfil under continuous air cover. Ospreys and CH-53Ks landed in secure landing zones to extract the assault forces, while F-35s and armed Reaper drones provided top cover, destroying any final pockets of resistance attempting to fire on the withdrawing troops. By 1605, the last Marines were safely back aboard the USS Boxer and the USS Abraham Lincoln. They stood on the decks in full combat gear, watching the distant Yemeni coastline still burning from multiple directions. 0 American casualties were reported. In one lightning afternoon of overwhelming American power, the Houthis learned a brutal lesson. Their attack on a U.S. Navy ship carrying Marines had been answered with total destruction. Every platform, every launcher, and every fighter involved in the assault was wiped out in under 2 hours. The Red Sea, once a zone of Houthi harassment, was now firmly under U.S. naval dominance. The United States had sent an unmistakable message across the region. Any attack on American forces or shipping would be met with immediate, disproportionate, and total retaliation. The Marines of the Fifth Fleet, supported by lethal carrier air power from the Abraham Lincoln, had turned a Houthi provocation into a strategic disaster for Iran's proxy army. Operation Lightning Retribution was complete. The Houthis who attacked that ship were gone, erased from the battlefield in a display of American military superiority that will be remembered for years to come. Iran and its proxies had been warned. The next mistake would be their last.
अंधेरी दीवारों में खुद को ढूंढता हूँ मैं गए जो दिन सहाने थे उन्हीं को सोचता हूँ मैं तुम्हारे बिन ये मौसम भी बड़ा बेसर्द लगता है दिल का हर एक कोना अब बहुत ही दूर भरता है अंधेरी दीवारों में खुद को ढूंढता हूँ मैं ये जो दिन सुहाने थे उन्हीं को सोचता हूँ मैं तुम्हारे बिन ये मौसम भी बड़ा सर्द लगता है दिल का हर था। सितारों से भी पूछता है पता तेरा कहाँ होगा, मगर खामोश है दुनिया, कहाँ मेरा जहाँ होगा। बस एक बार मुड़ के देख ले मेरी बेबसी की सूरत, मुझे है आज भी तेरी वफा की सख्त जरूरत। साए मेरे तन्हा सफर बस रह गया दर्द का असर, साए मेरे तन्हा सफर बस रह गया दर्द का असर, दर्द का असर।